This is the talk of Music City real estate.
SuperTalk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City real estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
Hey, Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team, and welcome back. It's Sunday evening.
Great to see you, Carey Ann.
So good to see you, and look who we have in the house again tonight.
Hey.
The one and only Mr. Jason Hoover
Jason Hoover.
of the Hoover team.
Yes, thank you all so much for having me back.
Absolutely. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody, please send those questions about real estate or mortgages to questions@talkmusiccity.com or hashtag TalkMusicCity.
Yes, and this show is also a podcast, so you can listen at your leisure. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Music, and others, or you can simply watch us on YouTube or our favorite Facebook. Simply search The Talk of Music City.
Awesome.
Good things. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
We do. And it's all, again, thank you, Jason, for accepting the invitation to be here again with us today. You bring another whole dimension with your experience and your coaching skills and your knowledge. And
it's always a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate the offer.
Thank you, sir.
And it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It is fun. So Carey Ann's always fun to hang out with.
She is.
Well, when you were here last, we were talking about goals.
Yeah, goals.
Sticking through the goals. They say that some folks only last through the end of January on those goals.
And I think, too, a lot of the resolutions, which I don't do. I don't know if y'all do resolutions, but the average or the typical length is like 7 to 8 days.
Wow.
That you break your resolution.
Wow.
7 to 8 days.
Yeah.
1 week. And then the whole year's over.
Yeah.
Well, I was, I don't know if it was the time when you were here, but you talked about the power of the one word. And so I bought the book.
Yes.
I bought it in
Let's
bulk.
talk about that.
I bought it in bulk. And so I've been reading that over this past week too. And so it's amazing because you're reminded by that one word all the way through the year. Not just that one goal, but that word can easily get you back, on track. So I'm still working really hard to figure out that one specific word that I want to, have throughout the year. But
Are you encouraging your whole team to pick a word?
Yeah, and it was interesting. So initially I had everybody just, what is your word, right? And then we're working through the book. So I probably will see that many people change their word, after reading the book. But it's a quick read. So
It's a quick read. Even for me, it's a quick read.
Yeah.
It's and I think it's really helpful to read it because it's easy to grab a word out of the sky, but it's another thing to give some real heartfelt consideration of what word in your life do you want to see expand, because it's going to expand if you do actually give it that time and attention and intention.
And I remember, is your word give? Was that with you?
Hey,
That memory. Look at that.
Look at that memory.
And like you say, that word actually directs your life every day. If you truly own that word, everything you do, you're thinking about it. And I've already seen it impacting so many decisions in my life just in this short period of time in January, in the little things and in the larger things. Like going through the drive-through and doing the pay it forward, because it kept coming up, give. I'm like, how can I give? Because I'm always asking myself now, how can I give more? Yeah. And so at Starbucks, I'm like, I haven't done one of those, pay it forwards in a long time because of the word give. It was just a small gesture,
right.
But that's how it impacts your life. It'll do it in the minute pieces and in the large ones.
I'm working my word, maybe execute. I'm working on that to a point where I want to be one to just have a thought and execute it. I was with a bunch of girls the other day working on a project, and we called ourselves the executors, hers, and like girls that are going to get out there and just execute on whatever we want to do.
I like a play on words.
Yeah, I love that. And so with my mom being sick, it reminds me like, now's the time, to get out there and do whatever, that we wanted to achieve and just, execute for sure. So lots to do in 2020 if I have the word execute as my word.
Several of our folks in our company have embraced this idea, and I ask everybody, please give me their words so I can, and I've got a notebook that's got everybody's on it that's given me so far, so I can be mindful of that myself and be intentional about that. When I talk to them, when I talk to Cassidy, I'm thinking about courage, because that's her word right now, that she's going to really embrace the idea of having courage this year. And she's had some challenges in life, and she's going to hit it head on with that courage. I'm so proud of her.
Oh, yeah. And to have somebody to know that you can call up to encourage you to be courageous. You know, sometimes it is so hard to be courageous and just need that hand, you know, that can help you through.
Absolutely.
Love that.
I remember 2 years ago when we did this first time, I chose the word process. I wasn't sure why I chose process. I think it was because I was finally getting the revelation as a 60-plus-year-old man that it's not about the destination. It's about enjoying the journey and really becoming the best you can through that journey. And you know, not wanting, I mean, because most of my life, most of my adult life, I said, I don't want to be working when I'm 60 if I don't want to be working. And then life happened, and I raised that to 70. I don't want to be working when I'm 70 if I don't want to be working. I'm probably going to go to 80. I don't think I'll be going to 90. Hopefully not now, you know. But the point is that once I really understood the idea of process, that I really enjoyed and embraced, and just the process started growing in my life. And so this year I'm struggling with for sure what to do. I mean, growth was the one that came to mind because we're growing so rapidly. We've grown 400%.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. But I go back to serve. You know, I've got a servant's heart, and I think that I think the growth will continue to take place if we just continue to emphasize serving. You know, just serving our clients, serving our agents, serving those who are putting their trust in us at whatever capacity.
Community.
So I think a community. I think that's probably going to be.
And you do have a big heart. You and Connie both. Anybody that knows you can see that. So I see that servant spirit within both of you. So I think that's a good one.
Thank you. Anyway, moving right along. I don't know if you saw in front of you there, Carey Ann, but I don't know if everybody knows here that's listening to this, but the real estate market in Nashville is rocking and rolling.
It is.
Booming.
We had one of the biggest years. You know, the reason I wanted to talk about this today is there's some rumors out there the market's going to not be what it was by mid-year, you know, as it's been. But we have so much inertia. My belief is we have so much inertia happening towards Nashville. So many good things happening here in Nashville. So many companies moving here to Nashville. There's so much inertia here happening in general that even if we do have a little bit of a dip, it's going to be temporary. And it's going to be price driven and on the upper end. It's certainly not going to happen at anywhere that's, you know, under $500,000, which is a lot of the marketplace out there. Jason, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was very surprised to see the actual numbers as strong as they are. I knew that we're still having a strong market, but these are phenomenal numbers.
Yeah, can you share those with the listeners?
Yeah, I'd love to. Like in 2019, there was over 42,000 homes sold in this region. Compared that to in 2018 was 39,000.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's an uptick, and everybody was saying that we had they felt like it was a slower year.
Right.
So, numbers tell the story.
Yeah, I think the reason why it felt maybe like a slower year is because there's so many more fingers in the pie.
Sure.
There's so many more fishing poles around the pond. You know, that's the biggest challenge in the year, and it's hard to tell sometimes what the market's doing because that's so much of the change is that the greater competition out there.
I want to point out this one too. In December, comparing it to December 2018 to this past December, 20% increase.
That's huge.
In
For
December,
that's huge.
Homes don't sell in the holidays, right?
Right.
That's what they tell us, at least.
Right. How many did? What's the number?
A total of 3,482 houses.
That's
Amazing.
a lot of homes to sell for not selling in December.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that one blew me away.
I was referencing, I love to write thank you notes for all of the lead opportunities that come our way. And the other day I was given the list and it was this big stack of thank you cards that I needed to fill out. And I said, I'm so sorry, this has got to be wrong, right? Meaning I was expecting just a few. It's January. It's supposed to be slow, right? 48 thank you cards I was handed for for 5 days, you know. So that was so exciting to just know that the kickoff of 2020 is here. Like, what slowdown are you seeing, you know? And again, every opportunity can lead to somewhere, and everybody's deserving of home ownership, you know, at some time. But to know that that's that many people for us in 1 week, or just for me in 1 week, was excited to hear more about, getting qualified for home ownership. Was really exciting for 2020.
That is
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Are we sharing numbers yet for you in your world?
Huh? Oh, from last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I don't know the full final family CERD, but it was over $162 million in production. So that was over,
does that
I think,
translate?
650 families or so.
More than the year before.
Yeah, more than the year before. I'm very, very blessed.
fantastic.
Nashville is, I always say music brought me to this amazing town, and I've just been so blessed to learn a craft and be able to help so many families gain home ownership in this town. So
That's incredible.
It is.
That's a village. A town. I mean, that's really more than a village. That's a town.
it is, and we're booming. Like you say, there's so much more opportunity here. We've got teams, and there's just an excitement in Nashville. Don't you feel
Yes.
it? There's just
Yeah,
a really
for sure.
excitement in Nashville now. This is the place to
I
be.
think the Titans might have a little bit to do with that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and to see that that they're coming back, and just all the sporting events and all of the things that you can do downtown. This winter with all of the great, they really invested a lot of money with all the glow. I never got an opportunity to go down there, but I heard that was beautiful. With Opryland rebuilding and doing that water park there, it's just bringing a lot of people.
This is
So
the
much
place
excitement.
to be. This is the place to be. We're blessed to be in our business.
We are, and so, but we're going to just take a short break here and talk more about how amazing this special town of Nashville is, and also talk about a really cool new program that we've got rolling out. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City Real Estate.
Are you someone who is looking to gain wealth through real estate? My name is Carey Ann Cyr, and I'm with CMG Financial and my mortgage team. Whether you're looking to purchase your first home, a second home, or even an investment property, my team and I, we specialize in making the process of home ownership smooth as possible. With our vast variety of mortgage programs, our competitive interest rates, and our local support center, we have the ability to serve so many deserving families and help find just the right mortgage program to fit within your short and long-term financial goals. Mortgage loans is what we know, and approving them is what we do. We'd be honored to help you begin the process today. Check us out at yourtnlendingsolution.com. That's yourtnlendingsolution.com. Or give us a call, always a friendly voice, 615-456-4456. That's 456-4456. We look forward to helping you and beginning your mortgage application today.
SuperTalk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
Hey, and Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
And Jason Hoover of the Hoover team.
Jason,
Come on,
Jason.
Come on, Jason.
Oh,
We
the
gotta
Hoover
get you.
team. Yeah, I got to catch on.
He's getting the swing of it. I love it.
Thank you again, everybody. That was great information shared there in the last round. And
I'm excited to hear what
yeah.
the 2020 is going to bring.
I
This is
know
going to
it.
be
How
you have
exciting.
2020 vision in 2020.
Yes, 2020 vision.
It's going to be a good year.
Well, they're projecting that it's still going to be a very strong market. So we'll see if it, if the trajectory, tilts a little bit or it keeps on climbing. But like you, I think we have so much inertia. I think we're going to see some great numbers again.
Yeah, I think there'll be some areas in the nation that probably will feel some dips, I think.
For sure.
I think there already are based on the people I've been talking with, but I don't see it happening to Nashville, and not at any significance anyhow.
I mean, and the guidelines for mortgages, aren't tightening up. I mean, they're not that they're relaxing, but there's a lot more opportunity for people to get approved nowadays for financing. They're creating more affordable mortgage options for affordable housing, and so it's a win from the mortgage side too.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Before we go into the next topic, I wanted to announce our new space coming up.
Yes.
We recently, some folks know that we recently bought a second franchise for our Realty One Group franchise. Realty One Group is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the nation because we provide everything for our clients. Well, we've grown, 400%. We're at 90 agents now and in just a little over a year. So to make sure everybody's comfortable, we bought a second franchise. It's going to be located in Berry Hill at 2920 Berry Hill Drive in Nashville, and just a few feet away from 100 Oaks Mall. If anybody doesn't know where Berry Hill is, lots of quaint little restaurants in the area and studios, and it's just a really cool vibe in the area. Just very, very cool. And we went. This is what was interesting is we had gone through. We liked this area so well.
Yeah.
We'd gone through it like 4 times and never saw this space. And then the last time we just, because on commercial real estate, it can be an experience because you can't just open up. Can't just go to MLS and pull up everything's available out there. You've got to do a lot of driving. Anyhow, we'd probably put 500 miles on the last few weeks. But when we found this, I thought, well, this is too much. We can't consider something like this. I mean, my gosh, it's 5,400 square feet. It's got a rooftop entertainment area. It's got a 2,000 square foot training area.
Sounds just up my alley. Love it. I'm like, jump in the deep end, Monte. Let's do it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I've been this excited about a whole lot of things. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful for so many things. But I am really
I love putting on events. I see a lot of event rooftop parties happening there.
Very, very cool space.
I heard a rumor there may be a cornhole tournament.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, it's going to have some play area in there. I mean, when you have 5,400 square feet, you can afford a corner with just, some recreation.
Yeah.
So
maybe we'll get some mics up. We could have a karaoke corner. We could do that.
Definitely going to do that for sure. With all the singers we have in our group and the way they were the other night at our party, I'm telling you.
Well, how fun would it be to come and learn all about home ownership or buying your first home or buying an investment property on a rooftop? I mean, that sounds, I'm coming.
Yeah, it's
When's the date?
That's what I'm saying. So we still have to build out. It's probably going to take 4 to 6 months or something. But in the meantime, part of my request was, look, guys, can I use the rooftop as my recruiting office? Because it's so cool. It'd be like going to McDonald's and selling the sizzle to the kids or the play set.
Sure.
I mean, seriously though, it really sets the stage of what this place is going to be like. So we're excited about that, no doubt.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
big things happen in 2020.
My wonderful wife is busy getting ideas on how that's going to be laid out. But if it's anything like our office,
she's amazing at that.
She really is.
I'm impressed.
That was part of our problem. There's 2 edges to that sword, because she did such a great job where we're at right now that we kept measuring everything that we were looking at out there to that. And it's like, oh man, this isn't going to work. This is so chopped up. This is so whatever,
Right.
And so now to have a blank slate with that it's literally twice as large as our other space. So we're really excited about it.
Good things.
So Jason,
yeah,
I've heard a rumor that you have and some agents at Realty One Group have partnered with a large investor.
That's right.
That is willing to buy your clients a home right here in Middle Tennessee for them to rent.
Yes.
With the option of doing a lease purchase or a rent-to-own situation once they get into that home. Is that?
That is correct.
That is awesome, man.
I know. We're excited about it. It's we've talked about it before. What other opportunities that we can provide our clients?
Right.
And we're always looking, how can we best serve them? And when this came along, we were so excited. We've been working on this for a little while.
Yeah.
But to be able to help these people get into a home that maybe maybe they're trying to rebuild their credit, or maybe they just moved here. We're a destination city.
Sure.
Maybe they just moved here and they don't know the area.
I just want to test out a house.
Drive a house.
What a great
right?
idea! Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I used to sell cars when I first started many years ago.
Yeah.
You get the we would call it puppy dogging.
Yeah.
So you would send the car or truck home with them.
Right.
And really, you're doing that to try to make them fall in love and come back and sign the papers.
Right.
This is kind of the same way.
This is kind of like that. You get to puppy dog for a year. Just rent it for a year and see if you want to buy it.
That's right. Yeah.
Do you remember that time they gave me that Tesla for a couple of days?
I do. Exactly.
Who in their right mind would give me a Tesla, $150,000 car?
Because they knew that you're driving a car with 200,000 miles on it. It might have been
it was perfect marketing.
That's the exact same concept. Yeah.
It is.
Too funny. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited about this, Monte, and but yes, it's a large investor that is. There's some criteria and some things that go along with that.
Well, let's talk about that because there's got to be some folks listening saying, "Well, I've always wanted to own a home." I mean, my belief is that if you lined up 100 folks that are renting, and then asked them, would you like to someday own a home? I believe that 99 of them would say, well, yes, I would. I just had something happen, a medical bill or something has kept me from doing so. And now they can get into this with a prearranged schedule of pricing and so forth, and then work with somebody like Carey Ann to help rebuild those problems or whatever, and then actually have a game plan of home ownership.
Yeah. And one thing that I really enjoy about this, and whenever we tell people about it, they're confused because it's completely different, is that these are homes that are looking to possibly sell. They're on the market to sell.
So these aren't rental homes you're talking about.
No.
These are homes that people are out there buying, just they're on the MLS. Okay.
Or they're being sold by the owner.
Man, that's got to be so much better home to pick from rather than a kind of a stale, kind of cranky,
that's had like 10 coats of paint on it.
Right.
Yeah. So these are homes that people have taken care of because it was their primary residence.
Right.
And they're looking to sell that home. And what we can do is working with a client that wants to partake in this program is that we look at homes that are on the market, and there's some other criteria, and we'll dive into that a little bit. But as the agent, we can find these homes and say, hey, these are, and this is a pretty close estimate of what your payments would be for the rent. And you get to move into an actual home that it's not just been flipped over and over and over from tenants.
Wow.
Yeah. And the best thing is that you can purchase that home if you like. You don't have to.
So you're not committing to buy it when you
No, the only thing that you're committing to is 1 year rental.
Okay.
Now, during that 1 year rental, you can purchase that home. And they'll even give you the predetermined price, which is very fair to the market. And if you decide to do that, then we'll work with Carey Ann or your loan, whoever does your mortgage. We will work with you on that and help you purchase that house.
Wow. This sounds really, really exciting. We've got to continue down this path because I've got a lot of questions about what properties qualify, what people qualify, and so forth.
Yeah, lots to talk about here. So we're going to take a short break, but we're going to come back and talk more about Music City Rent to Own. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City.
Hi, my name is Monte Mohr. I'm the broker-owner of Realty One Group, Music City. I've been an active real estate broker for over 35 years now, personally selling thousands of homes. That's why I recently opened Tennessee's first Realty One Group office. As a real estate professional, would you like having it all? Cutting-edge technology, full support, world-class training, same-day commission deposits, all for free? How about strong collaborative culture, national brand recognition, new high exposure, easy access office, and a non-competing broker committed to your success 7 days a week? Now let's top that off with all experienced agents receiving 100% of their commission from day one. I know, where's the catch, right? There is no catch. Call us today and schedule a confidential meeting and learn why Realty One Group is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the nation. Call 636-8244. That's 615-636-8244. Or go to topagentsuccess.com. That's topagentsuccess.com. SuperTalk 99.7 WT and the talk of Music City Real Estate,
where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
Hey, and Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
And Jason Hoover with the Hoover team.
Right.
Hey, we got it down. Hey. I love it. All right, so we're talking about Music City Rent to Own. I love that name. That's so good. So it's about to help many people gain home ownership through a rent to own program. So tell us more.
Well, and before we dive into a lot of this, I just read something probably 2 days ago that the rental rates are at an all-time high.
Oh, yeah. Crazy high.
So the rental is going up year over year.
Right.
And what I love about this program is that it's based off of the purchase price of the home, and they will give you a 5-year projection of what you can count on your rent to be.
Oh.
So you won't be stuck next year with all of a sudden you've got a shock that your rent just went up $100 or so.
Right. Or the landlord wants to sell the house.
That's
a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the criteria and everything.
So you said 1 year opportunity to rent it.
Yeah. So what you do is they only require you to rent it for 1 year. You can, and they will allow you to rent it up to 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's 1 year commit with 5 year options.
There you go.
Or
That's
5
it.
year options.
Could I purchase it within a 6 month, or you have to rent for full?
No, you can. In 6 months, you can decide that, hey, I want to buy this house.
Okay.
And when you do that, then it's just a typical purchase.
I gotcha. Okay.
And one thing that I hear a lot, people are confused that with this program, you are not having to pay for the inspections. You're not having to, you don't have closing costs or anything because you're not financing the house.
Sure, right.
This investor is actually taking that on. So if you were my client, I would be working with the investor to purchase that house, not you. You can, you would just be just like a typical rental.
Okay.
And they say probably about, between, roughly around 6 weeks that you can get into the house, which is right there close to.
So once they pick
closing.
one out and it's approved by your organization, and then they probably do an inspection. Is that how that works?
Yes, they will only purchase quality houses.
Okay.
And there is a price range of it's between $200,000 to $400,000, and there are certain things that they will not allow, but it's in the best interest of you as well.
Right.
So if it has major issues or anything, they won't do that.
Sure.
And they'll even do new construction, but the time of purchase has to be 100% complete.
Okay. The development does.
No, not the house.
The house. Okay, I got you.
As far as the area, the development area, it has to be. I think it's around 50% or so complete.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So do they have a credit application that they look at?
And this is the beauty.
Okay.
Yes, I love this.
Tell me.
I've shared this with a couple of groups of people, and they're blown away at this. And it's it's just that minor thing, little things that make up. Is that yes, they have a credit application. It is $99.
Okay.
But the great thing is, it's for everybody. It's not per person in the household.
Oh.
You can be a group of friends. You don't have to be relatives. And if that house doesn't work out, you don't have to do another $99 on another house. It's a one-time fee.
Okay.
And we look at all the different houses.
Wow. What kind of credit score does somebody have to have?
That's another amazing part is that we know that, a lot of people, they're struggling.
Sure.
They don't have the credit to buy a house yet, and they need time. So what this investor's doing is they just have to meet a 550 credit score.
Wow.
Okay.
550.
550.
Okay.
Yep. And there's you can't be in a bankruptcy, going through that.
Sure.
And of course, there's some they will do a criminal background check on you. Basically what you're accustomed to in renting a house.
Sure. Right. Sure. Normal rental application. Okay. Yeah. And what's the great news is if they're looking at a 550, to be able to get financing, depending on if you're able to put money down or not, you only really need to get that credit score up to a 580, or for 100% financing, a 640, right? And so if you have that time, whether that's 6 months, a year, or extended, that does give you that freedom to really work with a lender of choice, maybe CMG Financial and my team. But we have a program called our Future Home Ownership Program where we enroll you and we give you guidance monthly on how to build that credit up, which that would be a huge win for folks that, are really looking to gain their first home. Love that.
Yeah. And sometimes people don't know that they can purchase a home.
Right. I mean, sometimes they may come into this and thinking that they don't have the credit, so they have to rent, but they possibly could already purchase. We see that a lot as well.
And one other thing about the home itself is they will purchase up to $400,000 in this area. And there are certain areas, and what I would encourage people is just to reach out to us, and we can go over the fine details, because there's a list of it. But again, it's all to help make sure that the house is a good quality house for you. There are certain areas that they purchase in, which is the Nashville area, the Franklin area, Brentwood,
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill, Mount Juliet. Yeah. So there's areas that they will buy in, but there's also in those they won't buy a house that has a swimming pool. Because they don't want that liability.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, because you will be making payments to a management company, and they will maintain. You've got your responsibilities; they will have their responsibilities.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to take that on. That makes sense. What about pets? Can somebody have pets?
Yes, they can definitely have pets.
Really?
Yep, up to 3 pets with a total weight of 180 pounds.
Wow. Okay, so that's a pretty good sized pet.
Yeah, especially if this one. That's like a small horse, right? But yeah, so you can definitely have pets because again, what they're looking at is they're not wanting to buy rental houses. They're wanting to help people get into
home ownership.
Home ownership.
I love that.
And so the idea is that, there's a lot of pet lovers. I'm a pet lover.
Sure.
And a lot of houses that are rentals, they have, they cost a lot more or they just don't allow it. And so if this is built to be a kind of an avenue to home ownership, so bring your pets. That's your family.
Well, sometimes you find that perfect house, but you just need that couple months, or I've had situations where they just need one more month to be able to purchase, whether that's because they don't have a full 12 months on their job for a specific type of program, or they didn't qualify for the 100%, so they needed to save a little extra money for their own down payment, So this is a great program to allow those people to get in, maybe find their dream home that fits all the criteria that this company does allow, and still be able to purchase in a quick fashion.
So Jason, help me understand this now and help the listeners understand it. So you're moving you're just committing to 1 year's rent. That rent you obviously know before you move in, and then they lay out, is this my understanding, is they lay out a 5-year plan as far as rent increases and purchase, the 5-year for purchase. Correct. As well?
Yeah, so you won't be surprised. Yeah, so they will give you a purchase price for each 5 years. And it goes up. Of course, house prices go up.
Right.
And they also tell you how much you can expect to pay in rent for each of those 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a standard increase each year, which would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Love that. I really love that.
And you don't have to worry about somebody selling the house from under you.
I know that's really cool. I used to have rental property, and I did that a couple of times, and sold it when people really didn't want to move, and I hated that. I really hated that.
Well, and we have so many people moving here.
Right.
I know a lot of my clients that move here. They don't know the area, and we educate them a lot on the areas. But you truly can't get a feel for it until you've moved here and really know it. And so this is the perfect option. Maybe you can buy a house, but you don't want to take the chance on it right now. And just rent the house out for a year, and if you like it, great. If not, we'll find something.
When I moved to Nashville 20 years ago, I rented a house for a year, and I remember what that house smelled like when I walked into it. It's like they don't all smell bad like that, but that one smelled bad.
Yeah.
But I wanted that location, and I would have loved to be able to go into. You're telling me that pretty much any home out there on the market that fits that price range between $200,000 and $400. $200,000 could possibly be a match.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yep. And so what we do is we, as the agents, we look into the house, see if it matches up, and if so, then it's filling out the application for the first time just to get you going, and then we look at what houses are available, and it's just like what you're accustomed to looking for rentals. Except for these are not rentals. These are actually, it's kind of off-market rentals, really, if you kind of think of it that way. It's that, the people, unless you're working with an agent, this is not an option for you.
So if somebody wants to find out more about this, because I want to find out more about this, this is exciting. So they go to you have a URL that's musiccityrent2own.com. Is that how they?
musiccityrent2own.com.
musiccityrent2own.com.
And you can also, give us a call at the office.
Okay.
At 615-636-8244.
Okay, 636-8244. Or Music City Rent to Own. I love that idea, man. I mean, I'm serious that could change the way a lot of folks, can possibly get into their own home, or with all the people coming here and just want to check things out, to not have to buy and then sell in a year later. but just to move in and then decide to buy if they want to or not. I mean, I see a lot of applications.
Oh, it's
there.
exciting. It's like my wife just a couple of weeks ago was working with a group of teachers. It was 3 young teachers that are coming together, and we're looking for rentals. And when we mentioned this, it opened up a whole new opportunity, and they were so excited.
Oh, we
Wow.
love that. We love that. Well, let's take a short break and come back and talk more about this great program and even maybe how we can connect the home funded program with the
Love that.
Music City
Love that
Rent to
idea.
Own program. You've been listening to the talk of Music City Real Estate.
SuperTalk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
And Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
We want to remind everybody that, I'm sorry, Jason Hoover.
Oh, he was so ready to come in.
I know it. Please, go.
He had it
go.
down.
Go.
With the Hoover team.
He had it down, too.
I'm sorry. I should know
love
that.
it.
I should know. I've been giving you a hard time about it. So I want to remind everybody, though, please send those questions at talkmusiccity.com or Talk Music City, hashtag Talk Music City. Anyway, a little more about this program. This is really exciting. So let me just do maybe a quick flyover. So now if I've got a 550 credit score and I'm not wanted by the police and I've not been not foreclosed on, but evicted, and I have a minimal household income of $45,000, I could possibly qualify for this. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir. You sure can.
Oh, this is exciting. So what if I'm brand new to the area and I've only been working for a couple of months, my credit score is that or plus, and I don't really want to feel good about buying a home, but I really like to try a neighborhood out. I could do that as well?
Definitely. We can definitely talk about that and see which ones qualify. And that's where I encourage you to reach out to us so we can go through all the details. But yeah, I mean, based on that, definitely.
So are these homes that are like, I mean, they're in good school system? And what's the catch here?
Is there a catch?
Is there a catch?
There's really no catch. That's the beauty of it.
Wow.
And we only partner with people that provide excellent service. And so this has been one of those that they've been doing this in many other markets for years.
Okay.
And they have a fantastic track record.
Wow.
So because of that, we are excited to be partners.
Right.
And
I love the idea. I absolutely love the idea. I see so many applications. My career was started on rent-to-own sign. That was how I started selling real estate, just sheerly on rent-to-own. But this is so much better because now you can go out and pick a home out that you want that might have that big yard or the 2-car garage or the fenced backyard for the dogs. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I've had rental properties before. I didn't want people to have dogs. I mean,
absolutely.
So to be able to go into a rental and have up to 180 pounds worth of beefaroni barking out there, that's pretty cool, man.
It is. It's very cool, and it's helping a lot of people, that are moving here to find the place that they truly love.
So how much would I have to put down on a house like this?
Right.
Surely there must be something out of pocket.
Oh yes, absolutely. They require 2 months rent to put down for a deposit, which in typical fashion, if you do decide not to buy the house. And you move away, then you would get that deposit back based on the condition and those terms. Also, too, if you decide to buy the house, you can use that money towards your down payment.
So are they a bank? Do they finance it, or do I have to finance it?
No, not at all. They do. They are not a bank. They will not finance.
That's where I come into play.
That's
where
right. Carey Ann.
Carey Ann comes into play. Yes.
I'm your money gal.
Yes,
Love it.
they will. They are not the bank. They won't finance it. Again, people like Carey Ann and her team, they are the ones that if you decide to buy it, then you would be working with her.
Gotcha.
So talk a little bit more about where you referenced, if you decide to buy that home, the funds that you put down do go towards the down payment? So is it a portion credited or?
Because it's your money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your money. And so that I was just saying that you could use that towards the down payment.
Okay.
That's all based between you and their conversation.
I see. Okay. That's great. Yeah, because I've seen sometimes, with rent to own, maybe sometimes a portion of your rents may go towards, the down payment. Is there any discussion like that?
The difference on this is that does not happen.
Okay.
But you and I both know on those, all they do is, they increase the rent payment just to compensate for that. And they're actually hoping that you don't buy the house.
Sure.
and they keep that higher rent payment because that's the enticing piece of it. Is that,
Right.
well, a portion of your rental payment will go to the purchase of it, but all they're doing is jacking the rental price up.
Right.
And that's the kind of way the tote your note car lots, kind of the same idea,
Exactly.
that they don't want you to buy the house.
Right. And I in those scenarios, they can only give you what's in excess of what fair market rent is there. Isn't that correct, Carey Ann? They can't just pick out an arbitrary number and say, I'll give you $500.
No, right. They have to get the number from the appraiser, and then whatever the difference is, that money can go towards.
So
And we've ran it across that multiple times where there's no money that can actually go towards the down payment.
If you're paying fair market rent, there's really no money that can come
Right,
back.
exactly.
But they don't tell you that.
Well, the good news is for the folks that, have a little bit of time that maybe won't qualify for 100%, but may want to look into a loan that does require a little bit of down payment money. We have a great program over at CMG Financial. It's an exclusive program with CMG. It's called the Home Funded Program. Monte and I have talked about it multiple times on the air here, but it is a crowdfunding platform that allows you to save money over 12 months, and you can crowdfund that through all of your family, friends, your church members, your sorority sisters, fraternity brothers, grandma, cousins, et cetera, et cetera. And what's awesome about it is that there's no extra paperwork. So it's very similar to what you might find out there to be maybe a GoFundMe account. Very similar. You get a profile, but the neat thing is there's no transaction fees at all.
Oh.
So you get to share your profile online through all your social media platforms, and they can give $10 up to $7,500 for no extra documentation. So for those that are familiar with the mortgage process, when people give money in gift form, there's a lot of documentation. There's proof of funds, there's gift letters, etc. This program is just a few clicks of a button, and it allows them to easily donate to that individual. So this would be a great program to complement this program to allow them to save the money to get to that 3% down in maybe a 12-month period or less, so they can actually purchase it for the price that they agreed upon, at the time that they rented. So
That's
an awesome
brilliant.
program. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Too, they can use that for birthday.
Yes.
Birthday money, just pop it into the GoFundMe.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've worked it with graduation gifts, bridal gifts, the birthday gifts, for all of us to help educate the younger generation to purchase, earlier, or get them set up for success is a huge win. So yes, utilizing those funds towards the down payment of their first house is a big win.
I love beautiful. The ease of operation there that you just described, and not having to verify where all the funds came from. That's a big deal.
It is. And the nice thing is the credit score for that program really only has to be a 580 plus. And again, I say plus because the higher the credit score, the better the interest rate. Okay. So you and I would want to work together to work to boost that credit score as high as we could get it, because we want you to make sure you get the lowest interest rate, which then in turn gives you the lowest monthly payment on your mortgage.
So Jason, back to musiccityrent2own.com as their way to reach out to you and your team to find out more about this program, or the number again was 615-636-8244, I believe you said.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to get started on this, so what do they do? Is there a requirement to register? And if they register, do they have to buy? I mean, let's just talk about the ease of operation as quickly as we can here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's all you got to do is contact us, and we'll help step you through the process, just like we do a normal purchase.
Does it cost anything? If I want to just sign up, does it cost anything?
No.
Okay. The only money I'm going to spend is when I get my credit checked. Is that basically it?
Yeah.
Application.
So we definitely want to, when we find something, or we want to do the application, which is the $99 for for everybody, and that's the only fee that you're going to pay.
Okay.
All right. But in order to just register with us and start looking at those houses or what's available, there's no cost involved in that.
So even though the name of your program is Music City Rent to Own, I don't have to buy something. No. All I'm committing to is 1 year's worth of rent.
Correct.
Just like a normal lease.
Correct.
I don't see the downside here. I don't see what the loss is. I mean, it's especially with
It allows you to
win-win.
check out a certain area in town, get prepared. Yeah.
what a
Huge
great
win.
game plan to get to that place where you can buy something.
Right. And it is set up like that to be a win-win. It's a win
I love it.
for you, and it's a win for the investor. And because then if you don't buy the house, then they have something that they'll sell or maybe rent out again.
Why rent in an apartment complex when you
Yes.
can actually rent a single family home that smells great, looks great? It's a huge win. So
Jason Hoover, thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
thank you so much. Check out MusicCityRentToOwn.com. It's always a pleasure having you guys. We'll see you next Sunday. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City Real Estate.